Hello. I hope you can hear me okay. I have the washer dryer situation on and my apartment is a studio, so the sound cannot be hidden by a bunch of walls. So it's kind of loud, but that's okay. I made a dalgona. I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm American. Dalgona. You know, like whipped foofy coffee. Oh, Lamb. I love her so much. Yeah, so I have another video, like I said, and this was recorded like 2 months ago, but it's okay. I am getting in a better headspace to get more creative because some people out there, they can just force themselves to do things that they don't want. I am not that kind of person. I know the idea is like, oh, well, you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway. And it's like, I understand the definitions. I just won't. If I don't feel like doing something, it will not happen. Now, sometimes I get motivated by anxiety. It's like, oh crap, I have something to do. You need to wait. Go away. Yeah. Oh, I gotta quick crank it out, blah blah blah. There's a deadline. That's like a motivation in itself. Like, even though it doesn't feel pleasant, I want to do it because I don't want something bad to happen. To me, that's still wanting to do it. If I didn't care about whatever consequences there might be, like if it didn't matter to me, but there were consequences and it just didn't have an emotional effect on me, I won't do it. I just can't. So for me to make things, I have to be not inspired, because that's really not the right word, incited to do it. I have to be not necessarily excited, like it doesn't need to be all pumped up, but in a way it kind of does. So that's why, like, health, wellness, good habits are really important, because if I feel all happy and good in the mind and in the body and stuff, then I'm probably more likely to want to do something. But if I'm like really tired from just day-to-day stuff, yeah, I'm not gonna make anything, which doesn't align with the goals that I have for myself, because I want to make my temporary goal, because I'm sure I'll probably up it eventually, is right now, hi, meow meow, I want to make 1 video a week. That is my goal. I know I have like literally, like I have so much time to do it. I work really early in the morning, so I have like literally every afternoon I have time to work on it. But if I don't feel like it, it's just not gonna happen. Trying to do things that, I don't know, make me I'm not stressed, I just don't care. And I have to care. Do you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people are that way. And I feel like as a culture, we shame people for not forcing themselves to do things that they might have a goal about. But I don't want to be creating things and feeling crappy at the same time. I don't want to like put something out there where the whole time my mindset was, oh, I really don't want to do this, I'm forcing myself to, blah blah blah. I know we can't always be like super happy and positive, and I'm not expecting that, but for me to want to dedicate myself to a creative project, I have to want to, you know? And maybe I can get to a point where it's part of my routine and it feels really satisfying, and even if I'm tired, the satisfaction of having it done makes me want to do it, which is where I am with going to the gym right now. I work out a lot, and no, I don't really seem like the kind of person that goes and lifts weights and stuff, but I do. And the way I got there was I would you need to stop. The way I got there was I only go when I feel like it, and I give myself permission to work out for as short of a time period as I feel like it, which in the beginning was about 20 minutes, and I probably looked crazy because like I just got there and I'm leaving already. But that's what I need. I need low pressure. If I feel like there's a lot of pressure on something, I am not going to do it. So me going and giving myself permission to leave whenever I felt like it, and again, me being there for like 20 minutes for weeks, it made like the pressure of the idea go down. So then I would want to go more frequently, which this does not work for everybody. Like some people like really need a strict routine. I cannot like function that way. But oddly enough, when I give myself permission to have no routine, a routine just kind of develops. It's all like psychological. So if I want to regularly do something, I have to put zero boundaries at all. No like rules or limits onto myself. So since I want to upload a video every week, I have to tell myself it's super duper okay to not upload a video, to not work on it. And it's also okay for me to record on my phone and not use the nice equipment that I actually have. And by me like taking the pressure off of it, makes it be like, oh, so it's whatever I feel like. No one's gonna get mad at me, no one's gonna come down at me. I'm not bad or not doing enough if it's not this particular quality or done a certain way, or if I didn't really edit it. If I just put the clips together in the computer and said, whoops, there you go, that's okay. And I know if I can just get started, if I can just put stuff out there like kind of decently enough, then I'll like step back, look at my work and be like, oh, cool, I did it. Didn't feel as bad as I thought it was going to. I want to make it better now. And then I think I'll start to work into that. I hope that this kind of method for doing things works for some of you guys. It seems super counterintuitive and it doesn't work for everything. Like back when I was in college, if I have a paper to do, like I have to turn it in, I'm gonna fail. But I don't know, I still kind of got around it. So what I would do is I would take really, really thorough notes, really like good, like bullet notes, right? And then when it was announced that we had a paper, I would just type all of my notes from class in order into the computer and just leave it there like unedited, right? And then like a day or two later, I would just take my notes and I would just move the paragraphs in the order of like what makes more sense for a paper. And then I wouldn't do anything else. And then like I'd wait a little bit, and then a couple days before it was due, I would just turn those notes into sentences. And then like the night before, I would just edit for grammar. And then boom, it's like a perfect paper. It has all the information I need because I did it like before anything was even assigned. I was like getting information I would need later. And then I don't really need to spend very much time studying. Well, my exams were all essays, so this wouldn't work for like a test kind of situation, but I had a liberal arts degree, so it was all papers and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, I didn't need to go write a quick fucking sorry, I try not to swear as much. I would not have to like cram out a thesis or anything. I would just be like, oh, my paper was written for me a week ago. I just gotta make it into like human sentences. And then even how I would do that is I would like pretend like there was somebody next to me and I would read through my outline, but just like trying to like teach or explain what the outline said. So I would be like, oh, this happened in the 1900s or whatever. The book The Jungle by Sinclair was written, and Theodore Roosevelt read that, and because of his background and him being influenced by the book, it made him more likely to try to pass laws to make it so people wouldn't get their limbs chopped off doing factory work or whatever, right? And I would just make that sound like nice. Do you know what I mean? So I would just pretend like blah blah blah. How would I take these points? I don't know how this turned into a how to do college video. I'm not really gonna go into a whole lot, but the reason why I even like developed that kind of system is because I have dyslexia, and to do things like the normal way would take me like 6 times as long, and it just would not be humanly possible with having to work and like see my family and do normal things. And go outside and buy groceries and shower and sleep and drive. Doing things the normal way, how they wanted me to, would not be humanly possible with like how many hours in a day. So I developed my way, and it's better, and it's efficient, and it's less stressful, and it just is easier. And so basically what I'm trying to say in a billion ways, but this is how my mind works, and if you watch any of my videos, you're probably down with it, is I'm trying to take that method that I used from school and then apply to going to the gym, which I don't think I finished that thought. What I meant to like insert in there was like, no rules, everything's chill, I'm gonna just go whenever I feel like, and I can leave whenever I want, and then like I don't feel like intimidated by being there, and then I start to feel proud of myself after like trying to challenge myself a little bit when I am there, and then like I'm like, oh, it's okay, it's really not that bad, and then like I go like slightly more, and I go a little bit longer, and then of course naturally, like with going to the gym, you get stronger and you feel better, and you can like see yourself becoming healthier, and then I'm like, oh, I like this. And then instead of it being like an intimidating kind of place you go to, it's like oh no, I feel really good when I go there, and like this thing plus me feeling good means I want to go there. And then it just becomes a part of your routine, because again, your brain's happy and it's giving you happy chemicals, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym because I am proud of myself being strong and blah blah blah. Like right now, I'm really proud of myself for going to the gym. Like a year ago, I got my breast reduction surgery, which I indicated in a video, and like a video from I think 2 years ago talks about like my problems with my back and how horrible it was. But when you get that kind of surgery, you can't move your arms, you can't raise your elbows because it'll rip the stitches out. And so basically your arms atrophy like pretty much completely, because you can't use them for like almost 2 months. It depends on how they do the stitches, and that doesn't really matter right now. So basically I couldn't pick this up. Like a glass of water, like a full glass of water would be too heavy for me. And now I went from that to literally in a couple weeks, it'll be a whole year since then. Now I can like push up 40 pounds. I can pull down like 60 pounds, and I'm like a small person, so like that's about almost half my body weight, you know, which is like a big deal because I'm petite, I'm small. And yeah, and like my legs now are like all muscle, like they're like thick. I'm really proud of that. It's cool, like seeing me like in real time, not being able to pick up this, and now like at work there's like these huge sacks of product, and I used to like not be able to lift them, like even before my surgery, like I could not, and now I'm like, oh, let me get that for you, and I'm not like hurting my back or anything. Like I can like safely, comfortably pick up like 60-pound like awkward lopsided things and feel really good about it. And I hope this really rambly video of my brain is kind of giving you ideas of ways you can get to do things that you want to do but really don't want to do. You know what I mean? Like in an ideal world, like, oh, I'd like to be a person that does or is such and such. But you know, like being super realistic right now, you're not gonna ever heckin' do that. Like, no way, you just won't. I'm trying this kind of method of being like, not letting yourself off the hook, but being at ease with yourself, being kind to yourself, being gentle with yourself, for me, gives me more results, gives me better results, gives me results faster than me trying to force myself to do something, not feeling like it, and then actually not either getting it done at all or not doing it well or not getting it done completely, and then feeling like crap, like I'm a failure, like I didn't do enough, you know? Again, like, different methods work for different people. Some people, they're like, oh, I'm hard-headed, I need a strong, strict schedule, I need a coach, I need to be drilled into doing something, and like that works for some people. I would just be like, screw you, I'm not doing that, and you can't make me, and I will never feel like it, and I'll never do it. But like reverse psychologying myself into being like, just putting this out there, it's in your mind, this is a place you can go to. I'm like using the gym example again. You feel like it, it's there. No pressure though, you don't have to stay very long. Give me the 20 minutes, you can go whenever you want. And eventually, like just probability wise, you're gonna do it at least one time. Probably. And then again, it like, explain it goes up. So this was gonna be an intro to my hiking video. It was part 2. And this ended up being something entirely different. So I'm going to film an intro for that instead after this. I think my method's really helpful. It started off originally stemming from having a learning disability and ended up just being something that works way better and makes me feel good about myself. And I think it would work for a lot of people. This method, again, not for everybody. Like if you're someone who like requires accountability, it's not really gonna work. But if accountability doesn't mean anything to you and you just don't care enough to do something, then this might work for you. Shibbity doop. Have a good rest of your day. Be kind to yourself and maybe try being kind to yourself in the way that I be kind to myself, because it's made me eat healthier and work out and now make content, as people who do it professionally say, which is like, I think that seems pretty cool. Maybe one day. That's like me lifting a lot of weights at the gym, but I can't lift a cup. That's like where I am right now, as far as, you know what I mean. I just explained like it for 20 minutes. You know. You're with me. I'm gonna stop creeping out strangers. But seriously though, be kind to yourself, be kind to other people. When that like stranger like bumps you like really hard, like in the grocery store on your shoulder, and like they don't apologize it, and they really should because you didn't do anything wrong, and they say excuse you, let it go. And then be proud of yourself for feeling like the bigger person, even if you still think that that person's a jerk. So, exercise forgiveness. I'm gonna stop rambling. Have a good one.